Hope you all could stretch, get some caffeine, and are ready for this session on ERCOT's 2025 Innovation Roadmap. Since it's a smaller session and we have around 15 minutes to get through this, we will not be taking the Q&A for this session, but please feel free to talk to me after the session, and we have a lot of networking breaks to catch up for sure. So before we really talk about the specifics about the 2025 Innovation Roadmap, I would like to provide a quick background on how we got here. As you all know, ERCOT has one of the highest penetrations of the IBR and battery storage capacity in the world for the size of the grid that we have. To get to this point, there is constant innovation that has happened over many years at ERCOT. But the pace of the change has only accelerated over these years, driven by three key factors. One is the changing generation mix. Second is the load growth. And the third thing is distributed energy resources. Some of these changes directly challenge the fundamental notion of the textbook grid, at least the one that I read, that has bulk synchronous machines connected to transmission systems and load connected on the distribution, with load being a lot smaller than the generation. Now we are entering a paradigm where we have a lot more inverters which behave differently from the synchronous machine. We have resources that have only hours worth of energy, which is different from the traditional generators, where energy was assumed to be there for days or months, and large load looking to connect on transmission, while we have a lot of solar rooftop looking to connect on distribution. By the dictionary definition of the change, I think we will all agree this feels like one. And therefore, to adopt to this change, next slide. Here, ERCOT laid out a 5-year strategic plan, and as part of this, Grid Transformation Team was created to help evaluate and propose technological pathways to enable ERCOT to efficiently and effectively achieve these objectives. Thanks to Pablo, Venkat, Woody, JP, and entire leadership team and SMEs at ERCOT to have a bold vision to kickstart this cross-functional effort to tackle the change. Over the last 1.5 years, ERCOT leaders and SMEs have come together and went through multiple surveys, meetings, and iterations to distill specific ideas where we need to sharpen our problem understanding and find solutions before the change is too big to handle. Also, this is a continuous process where we will keep evaluating and surfacing other such ideas. I will go over some of these key initiatives, but my intent is not to deep dive everything today, but rather provide an overview because we have a lot more networking sessions to catch up, and there's a lot on this slide. On a high level, there are 14 initiatives, and they can be bucketed down into further 4 key categories. So the first one is about managing batteries and managing their state of charge such that we have the charge when we need it most. Now, if you look at the initiatives from 2 to 7, those are all focused on IBRs and power electronics-based large loads. And the first one is about measuring and estimating the regional inertia and system strength. The second one is focused on impedance scan tools for stability analysis because traditional tools might not be sufficient. The third one is a lot of focus right now, which is all about large load model improvements to understand what large loads can do on the grid. The third one is about understanding power quality as we add more inverter-based resources and the short circuit issues that they can bring on the grid as the penetration goes up. The fifth one is understanding benefit of unlocking higher current capabilities in the inverters, if we want inverters to do truly what synchronous machines were doing before. The next category, we have 3 initiatives, and this is more focused on grid edge visibility and controls. The first one in this category is DER aggregation platform for situational awareness, because at some point we will have to visualize this data. The second one is about meter data disaggregation to understand demand response. There is a lot that AI can do. Can we leverage it to understand what's behind the meter? The third one is about smart controls of DERs and AMI meters for gaining the operational flexibility with what they have to offer, both the meters and both the DERs and the AMI meters. The next category is about improving our existing planning and operation tools. The first one in this category is machine learning methods for solving OPF, optimal power flow problems, fast using AI. The second one is about robust security constrained ACOPF tools to find better alternatives than what we do today using DCOPF. The third one is focused on reactive power coordination tools to basically optimally find the state of reactive power support devices to support the voltage of the grid. And the last one is focused on combined tools for economic and reliability analysis to solve both the problems together in one tool so that we can keep the assumptions same throughout for both the studies. Also, as you can see, a lot of these initiatives are very complex in nature, and definitely they need a cross-functional effort across ERCOT. To make this happen, we really have pulled a team across planning, operation, markets, enterprise risk and strategy, and digital team. My sincere thanks to all the ERCOT folks who have really put this vision together, and we are working towards making it happen. And I know this is a lot of information, but the goal is to share our vision and collaborate with the industry and academia both to find solutions to these problems, to progress towards the common goal of efficient and reliable grids.